Gotta keep those love good. Biodynamics are happening with them. Gotta keep those love good. Biodynamics are happening with them. Okay, I don't think there's some nice growth in that one there. If I go over here, I've decided to pull some of the chaga away, but I don't know. I'm not going to have to go back and look at some of these, take some screenshots out, because if I don't know, it just looks to me like it's growing like a centimetre in 24 hours. I just can't find that hard to believe. Probably not, but just the difference in the colour between the red down the bottom and the sort of going orange at the top there. Anyway, so yeah, fella, it's not a can of oh yeah, it's cold, it's terrible, a can of Nescafe. Anyway, so the idea is we'll give it a flush and we'll see how we go. And you'll notice that the water comes almost straight out, so it's holding a lot. Oh, that's probably because it's just going in there. Hang on, let's see if we put it over the plant. And you'll find that it fills up to the level with about half a milk bottle, and it will start coming out the bottom fairly quickly. So basically what it's telling us is the sand at the moment is fairly saturated. There we go, about just over half a milk bottle there, so there we go. And it's starting to come out already out of the bottom. It's very clear water, as you can see. Now we'll do the same for these. So this is the first flush. If we can get it, maybe better around this way, I think. We'll see how we go anyway. Well, so far there's been no damage to the central bud, so we'll see how we go. And hopefully this will fill up with half a milk bottle as well. Yeah, just over half a milk bottle. Same with that one, so basically the same, and of course it's dripping out already. Now that should take, well, in the past if it was a small site it would have taken 20 minutes to half an hour, but we get the impression it's only going to take 10 minutes or something like that too. And what you do is you wait till the last drip has finished and there's no more drips, you know, count to 60 seconds or something, or 2 minutes. If there's no drips and you think there's going to be no drips, that's when you do the flush again. So now we move on to try this one here. The colour in there is quite nice. Can you see the colour on the with the peat? So whether that's got something to do with the sulphur in the peat, we'll see. The question is, how much sulphur does the peat contain, and how can it last over 6 months or more? So we'll see how we go. But this one takes time this one is not as well knitted together as the newspaper cellulose, so this will take time to knit, and we might get some scouring sort of thing that we have to keep, But eventually it will knit together and you won't get any scouring sort of thing, so yeah. Okay, we need the other bottle to actually complete this one off, and then we'll have to go and fill the bottles up again. But you can always have these bottles dedicated. About 4 out here ready to go. Fill them up at night, use them during the day. But I find the best thing with the double flush is you want to try and keep the pot cool. So that means if you want to do it this time of the year, this side of the season, water at night time, so it gets a cold night, so it makes the pot cold. But when you get to the other side of the season, when we get to February, into February, when we've got 46-degree days, you want to be on the other side if you can. But by then we'll be doing 3 cycles, just so it doesn't really matter. But if you're only doing a single double flush cycle on that side of the summer sort of thing, when we got 46-degree days, well, then you really want to be doing it in the morning so that you cool the pot down, basically. So just added information for you if you want to know that sort of thing. But as you can see, it's coming out straight away, so that is very indicative that the sand is fully saturated. So if it's fully saturated, it should be anaerobic down about an inch and a half, basically. And even with a big long slot here, you see, you think, well, can the atmospheric pressure push air into there? And you've got to say, well, the potential for the water to be coming down on it is quite great, and also it's air, so it's 78% nitrogen, so it's very close to being anaerobic in itself, because all that has to be done is that oxygen has to be chewed up by the microorganisms, sequestered by the microorganisms, and then it becomes anaerobic, sort of, basically. So so the question is, if I had like a centimetre, a cubic centimetre of microorganisms, and it doubled its growth rate every hour, in the 8-hour time between the flushes, you could get up to 128 cubic centimetres of microorganisms. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128 sort of thing. So in that 8-hour period, you could actually go from 1 cubic centimetre of microorganisms, if it's dividing every hour, to 128 cubic centimetres of microorganisms, which will basically cover the surface of any of these pots, basically, with a cubic centimetre thickness of microorganism, basically, 128 square cubic centimetres. And then, of course, you're flushing those through, you see, down to the nether parts of the pot. So maybe you've got to think about it from that sort of angle. So anyway, we'll see how we go. And once it's finished raining, I think we're going to have problems with this one. Every time I'm going to do it, I'm going to have to make sure that I have to keep the black charcoal away from the centre of the plant. Otherwise, it will get roasted the following day as the sun comes, especially as we get to February, when we get 46-degree days. It goes from 26 degrees balmy nights, and it starts climbing up after 10:30 in the morning and heading towards 46. So it goes from 46 down to 26 overnight, and it's very hard. You have to sleep under the air vents or thing. And then at 10:30 in the morning, it starts climbing, and by 2:30 in the afternoon, it's the maximum temperature usually of 46, maybe 47, 48, depends on how bad the season's going to be this year. But anyway, that's about it. So there's the demonstration. Once you get the double flush going, it does change slightly, but the sand is fully saturated now, and will be like that. We're just waiting for the peat to knit together a bit. Don't have to worry about the knitting together on the silos. That's already doing that. We may be getting some growth. We may have to look at the photographs from yesterday, the screenshots. We may have got half a centimetre on that one, whereas that one over there, I swear it looks like it's grown a centimetre in 24 hours.